Well, we're here on MediaCom, MC22. It's the Iowa Heartlanders and the Wichita Thunder, and getting to know the newest face on the team, forward Riley Hughes. Riley, you just came to Coralville a few days ago. What has your experience been like, your first few days in the town?
It's been pretty sweet. I'm living in the hotel right now, across from the rink. It's all connected. It's easy. The drive was pretty easy, 7 hours. So I drove up Tuesday, met with the coaches, got here Wednesday morning, met all the guys. Been on the ice for 2 practices now. It's been easy. The town's really cool. It's nice that it's a college town. There's lots of kids my age roaming around, lots of restaurants, food. It's active. I've never been here before. I'm excited for the new journey, and I'm excited that there's a good group of guys in the locker room that I get to share this with.
Yeah, you're a Boston area guy. You played at Northeastern, but this past year you're just coming from Big Ten college country, one of the biggest rivals of the Iowa Hawkeyes, and Ohio State, more on the football and basketball side for that. But your season at Ohio State, tell us how your fifth NCAA year went.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was nice for me to get a different experience a big time Big Ten school where sports and that whole sports culture is so important. And I didn't have that at Northeastern. And it was also nice to just meet entirely new group of guys. I didn't know anybody on the team going in. So it was a very new, cool experience for me. And I think it makes this transition much easier too, because I've already done it this year. So it's I love my time there. I can't wait to go back when the season's over. But until then, I'm excited to get things done here.
We were talking with a few of the guys, and we're talking about Ohio State, and it's such a big school. It's like its own little world there. Yeah. And Northeastern, Boston University, BC's a bigger campus, but it feels like maybe like Ohio State might have more combined people than all those schools. And I know very little about Columbus. So what did you like about the university community in the city?
I just thought it was very interesting how the whole community and city was Ohio State. That's all they care about. It's not the Blue Jackets or any other team. It's Ohio State. Ohio State football is the biggest sports team in the world to them. That's all they care about. But there's also school pride for every sports team because every sports team is good. So even though the hockey team doesn't have the biggest following, we'd still get 8,000 fans a game just because everybody's an Ohio State fan. So it was really cool. And then the school is based on High Street, which is a big street going through Columbus, and it starts at Ohio State's campus, and then it goes into downtown Columbus. So it's neat. You get a small college feel, but you also get the downtown feel, where in Boston, you're just right in the middle of the city. And we were at Northeastern, but we could have been at BU or BC, like you said. When we go out and seeing people, you see a melting pot of kids from different schools. It's never just your school, and that's how it was at Ohio State.
Northeastern, they've had a really good run the last few years. You were part of a few Beanpot championships. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your role for a successful Huskies team.
Yeah, well, I was there for 4 years. I was a captain for my second two, so I had a leadership role. We had a lot of local kids on the team, a lot of kids from Boston, a lot of kids that we grew up playing together. So we were really close. And if you grow up in Boston, then the Beanpot is your Stanley Cup. So for us to win a couple of those is very important. I also think the more local kids you have, the better off of a chance you have in that tournament because, that, like I said, that was our Stanley Cup. We were ready to play, and we were ready to go every time we played in that tournament.
A little bit about your family. Obviously, your dad, general manager of the Montreal Canadiens. You played with your brother Jack, not the Jack Hughes from the New Jersey Devils that we're going to have to remind people here, but your brother Jack played with him at Northeastern, really successful. You two, your dad's influence. I know you've been asked this a million times, but putting into words the influence your family has had on you to allow you to pursue your first professional deal.
Yeah, well, my dad had a big influence on me as a player, but it was because he was my coach growing up. So I was fortunate to have somebody as knowledgeable as him to be my youth hockey coach, and my teammates as well. We were all very lucky. So he influenced me a lot that way, and I grew to love the game. He never forced it upon me. But my brother and I, we both loved it, and we pursued it. My sister never did. She liked lacrosse. Whatever, my parents didn't care what we played. It just happened that we loved hockey, and it worked out well because of that. And they're excited for me to start out my pro career. There's they're excited to watch. That's about it. They didn't have much to say except for they're proud of me and they're looking forward to watching.
We're looking forward to watching you. Appreciate a few minutes.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come right back around the corner on MediaCom MC22, we take a closer look at this game. It's Iowa and it's Wichita. Our intermission report rolls right along here on MediaCom MC22.